So it's Christmas time, a time for reflection, a time for asking questions about ourselves, about love, about God, and more importantly, asking the question, who is the biggest dick in Love Actually? There are a lot of contenders, and a lot of people assume it's going to be Alan Rickman, the character of Harry. Um, but you kind of expect Alan Rickman to ruin Christmas. He has form, right? Here he is ruining Christmas as Hans Gruber in Die Hard, and here he is ruining Christmas as the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. So I don't know. I don't know. Some people might say perhaps then it is the character of Mia, his temptress. I've been thinking about this, and I think maybe people just think that she's a dick because of some of the really subtle clues that the director puts in there, like, dressing her as the devil. Or maybe it's because people have read articles like Cosmopolitan's 10 Reasons You're Allowed to Legitimately Hate Mia from Love Actually. I don't know, but I've been thinking about it. I don't think I can give the title of biggest dick to a woman. And I feel that's the same reason I'm probably going to have to take the character of Juliet out of the running as well. Now, she is very annoying all the way through the film, and she does kiss her husband's best friend. Total dick move. But some people are actually on board with this relationship. They really root for Juliet and Mark. You may have even read Vanity Fair's article. Did Keira Knightley and Andrew Lincoln end up together in the Love Actually sequel? I do not know or care the answer to that question, but I feel like if we're going to look at this couple, we've got to look at him. He's the bigger dick, surely. Here he is looking very rightfully embarrassed when Juliet discovers that he's taken her wedding video and edited it down to a 2-minute compilation of just close-ups of her face, which we can only assume he's done as some kind of masturbation aid. There's literally no other explanation for it. So he's definitely a big dick. He's definitely in the running. But let's have a look at somebody else, the character of David, our prime minister. Now, I could go down all the obvious reasons that the character of David is a dick. He fires someone without any real reason. He's pursuing a much younger woman. He's kind of abusing that employer-employee relationship. But I think the real reason that he's a total dick is that he ends up on Christmas Eve on stage at the school where his niece and nephew are performing in the school play. That would be lovely if it wasn't for the fact that he ends up there completely by accident. He had no intention of going there, despite the fact his niece and nephew were performing. 2, his sister invited him. 3, it's Christmas time, quite a nice thing to do. 4, he clearly had nothing else to do that night, but instead he decided to go around door to door trying to get laid, right? Absolute dick. I could forgive him if he was busy doing something else. He is the prime minister. Maybe he was running the country or something, but not doing something like totally selfish. Like, you wouldn't get that in real life, would you? A prime minister doing something completely selfish at Christmas time. Doesn't seem realistic to me. We've got loads of other contenders, and I'm not going to go on about it all night, even though that I could. Let's have a look at a few others. Bottom center, the character of Billy Mack, the aging pervy rock star who gets his dick out on TV, even though nobody asked him to do that. And he's desperately trying to get to the Christmas #1 spot with a cover. Everything that's wrong about the music industry in one character there. Lovely. Bottom left, we've got Billy Bob Thornton playing the character of Bill Clinton. Need to say any more about that. Above him, we've got the character of Annie, very small character, but her only role in the film, as far as I can see, is to call another woman fat. Above her, we've got the character of Peter, often overlooked because his wife and his best friend are much bigger dicks. But let's not forget that on Christmas Eve, when he thought there were carol singers at the door, he shouts out, "Tell them to bugger off," loud enough so they'd be able to hear. Christmas Eve, mate. Come on. Next to him, top center, we've got the character of Jamie. Now, again, I could talk about abusing the employer-employee relationship. I could talk about pursuing a much younger woman. I don't actually think Jamie's that much of a dick. He's definitely having a midlife crisis. I feel like he would be a great character in a film called Midlife Crisis, actually, but not Love Actually. So maybe not. And then next to him, finally, we've got the character of Colin. Now, a lot of people think of Colin as being a bit of light comic relief. Let's delve into kind of what his character does. His character leaves his apartment, quits his job just so that he can afford to fly to America at Christmas time on his own, not with his friends or family, just so that he might get laid, right? This guy is one step away from being a very, very dangerous incel. It's a ludicrous storyline, and I think if we look at the look in his eyes there, if he hadn't got laid on that trip to America, I think this film may well have ended with the Christmas Day Basildon massacre, and I dread to think how many people he would have killed. Women and children, I bet, by looking at him. That's my guess. And speaking of children, I'm going to bring us on to the biggest dick in Love Actually, of course, is the character of Sam. Now, a lot of people thinking, oh, Phil, he's 11 years old and his mum just died. That doesn't stop him from being an annoying dick all the way through the film, does it? Here he is doing an impression of Kate Winslet in Titanic. What a dick. Also, probably not a great film to watch when your mum's just died. Not a cheery ending. Here he is successfully learning the drums in 1 month. 1, not possible. 2, even if it was, you would not be front and center at a Christmas school play. Those music and drama teachers have been planning that since September, trust me. But the big dick move from Sam, in my opinion, is at the end of the film, he shows a blatant disregard for airport security protocol. Now, it's no joke, is it? This is Heathrow Airport. This is Christmas Eve. This was only 2 years after 9/11. He's got no passport. He's got no boarding pass. He's with an older man who's not his dad, with quite a surly Northern Irish accent. All I'm saying is those security guards would have been well within their rights to shoot him on sight. And in my opinion, that would have been a better ending to the film. But that didn't happen. In fact, the most annoying thing about this is that wasn't even the original ending for Sam. I kid you not, the actual original ending for Sam in the airport involved 40 stunt performers in a specially built airport. This is not a joke. In the original script, Sam was an incredibly talented gymnast for some reason. And instead of just running through the airport for about 15 seconds, there's about a 2-minute sequence of him doing backflips and free running. And if you're thinking, Phil, that sounds absolutely mental, I wish there was a rough edit of this online somewhere that I could watch and laugh at. There is, and you should go and watch it immediately. So there you have it, everyone. Sam, biggest dick in Love Actually. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a very nice Christmas.